A very pleasant morning to you, dear students. Have you ever traveled to the place of your dreams? If you haven't, you should really do so. Because that is something that would change your life for sure. It will surely give you the best memories of your life. Today, we will learn a similar poem that brought significant changes to the life of the poet. The poem for today is When I Set Out for Lyonnesse by Thomas Hardy. Before we embark on this beautiful journey to Lyonnesse, let us know something about the poet Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy was an English architect turned novelist and poet. He was born in 1840 in Dorset, England. He tried his hands at writing at the age of 17, writing several short stories, poems and plays for the rest of his life. When I Set Out for Lyonnesse is a poem that is inspired by his visit to a place that the poet refers to as Lyonnesse. Let us now read the poem. Children, open your books to page 99 and read along. When I set out for Lyonnesse, 100 miles away, the rime was on the spray and starlight lit my lonesomeness. When I set out for Lyonnesse, 100 miles away. What would be chance at Lyonnesse while I sojourn there? No prophet thus declare, nor did the wisest wizard guess. What would be chance at Lyonnesse while I sojourn there? When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes, all marked with mute surmise, my radiance rare and fathomless. When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes. The poet was a young architect who had visited Lyonnesse to supervise the restoration work of an old, dilapidated, or rather broken down church. It was winter season and snowfall was at its peak. The poet then becomes conscious of what would happen during his stay at Lyonnesse. According to him, no prophet would ever declare or would ever be able to guess the happenings that would take place at Lyonnesse. The first stanza. When I set out for Lyonnesse, 100 miles away, the rime was on the spray and starlight lit my lonesomeness. When I set out for Lyonnesse, 100 miles away. In this stanza, we come to know of a place, Lyonnesse. It is the mythical birthplace of Sir Tristram, believed to have been submerged by the sea. It was winter and snowing. The rime or the frost was on the spray. The spray here means the branches or the leaves of the trees. It was the starlight that gave company to the poet during his lonely days at Lyonnesse. The next stanza. What would be chance at Lyonnesse while I should sojourn there? No prophet does declare, nor did the wisest wizard guess. What would be chance at Lyonnesse while I should sojourn there? In this stanza, the poet seems to be pretty unsure of his stay at Lyonnesse. Sojourn means stay. He says that no prophet will ever dare to declare or no wizard would ever guess what exactly would happen at Lyonnesse. The third stanza. When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes, all marked with mute surmise, my radiance rare and fathomless. When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes. In the last stanza, we come to know of the return of the poet, but with a lot of magic in his eyes. It had a very different glow, a very different radiance, which was very fathomless, or the most immeasurable glow in his eyes that couldn't be hidden from anyone. All the people already knew that there was something at Lyonnesse that had touched the poet. In this poem, we come to know that the visit to Lyonnesse brought a major change to the life of the poet. It had been the most wonderful experience of the poet's life. Hoping you have enjoyed and understood the poem as well, dear students. Thank you, dear students, and have a lovely day ahead.